Hey everyone, it's Asha Dawson, founder and lead planner for Event Productions by Jen here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm so happy you're here today for the video about what you need to know about the marriage license. Let's get into it. So, a couple things. This may not apply to everyone. Some of you may decide that you want to go to the justice of the peace, get married with your 1-2 witnesses, what have you, and then do a formal celebration later. That is a great amount of couples, right? But those of you who are deciding to do a live marriage at your wedding, there are a few things you need to consider for the marriage license. This is often a topic that we don't cover much because officiants usually handle this. However, some of you are not going to necessarily have official officiants who are in charge of this process for you. So here are some things to consider, especially if you are wanting to ask a family or a friend, person in your network, what have you, to do the officiating, the actual officiating of your service. So let me start by saying it depends on where you get married. If you are having a destination wedding that is international, you need to look up the rules in that country to figure out if you can even get a marriage license in that country. Or if you need to go ahead and get married in the United States first, and then you have the celebration in another country. There are also places that have quirky rules. For example, in Greece, you have to be Orthodox. You have to practice their religion, Greek Orthodox, in order to even get officially married in the country. So if you're not of that background, you need to come there prepared to just have a party, okay? You need to get officially married in your country of origin. However, when we're back here in the United States, even here, it varies by state what kinds of things you need. So here in Georgia, for example, we have pretty lax rules about how this happens compared to other places. So there is a clause that says, and I believe it's somewhere in a policy somewhere, that says that as long as the officiant is ordained, they can marry you. Ordained is a very loose term, okay, which pretty much means that you can go online to ordination programs, get a certificate of completion, pay $100 to $200 for it, and you are an ordained minister. You could also be an actual ordained minister, right? Ordained ministers who actually are preaching in a church also have certificates of their ordination. So those are the documents that have to be in order, the processes that have to be in order for Georgia to be able to have someone officially get you and sign off on your marriage license. The other thing that you need to consider is if you're getting married in another state and you live in one state, what have you, your marriage license is coming from the state you get married in. So I want to make that clear. Even if you live in Georgia, you've always lived in Georgia, that's where you're domiciled. If you get married in South Carolina, that is where your marriage license comes from. And there is nothing that you need to tell or do here in Georgia. Everything will come from the South Carolina probate office. So you need to make sure that whoever is marrying you live there has all of the things in place to take care of that process for you. As a couple, you should not have to do any of this on your own. The only thing the couple has to do is produce the application. So what you all do, so let's go back to Georgia, you are going to simply go online and apply to get married. What that will do is produce an application or a piece of paper that they will mail to you. And you will have your information on it, all of these things that you signed ahead of time, and you will bring that with you to your wedding. The officiant is going to be the one on the day you get married who has to actually sign the piece of paper. They will know what to do. This is something you should ask of them to handle for you. Once again, you shouldn't have to mail off or drop off your own marriage license piece. And then within 30 days-ish, You know how local government can be. You should get something in the mail, which is going to be your official marriage license, okay? This is the document that you will hold on to. You should save forever. It's great for tax purposes, all the things, but that is the official record, okay? That goes into the state's probate system. One thing that I would want you to consider is, while this is a kind of dry topic and it's what have you, it's a piece of paper, it's an official piece of paper, make it a moment at your wedding. If you were having a live wedding, take a second after the ceremony, and this is what I often have done with my couples this season. Take a moment in the ceremony, after the ceremony is over, for the officiant and the couple to just be alone together, or if you want to have your wedding party, what have you, some witnesses. Have a place where that marriage certificate is out and you all are fake signing it as a couple. The officiant is actually signing it, and make that a moment with your photographer and your videographer. It's a really, really wonderful addition to a wedding film or to your portfolio of wedding photos, to have this official moment where you can really see the state seal a part of this, you know, kind of blessing your marriage. It's a great optic for your memories. So I encourage you to incorporate that in your timeline. But do remember that there are technicalities, because you can run into some trouble with getting things official. And the last thing you want is to think that you're legally married, but you're actually not legally married. So stay on those courts. Make sure that the offices are processing everything, that they've received your application in the mail. Make sure to have that done on time. And check the rules of your state. Check the rules of the country you're getting married in. So to recap, the marriage license is the official record of you getting married. Regardless of where you live, you have to abide by the rules of where you're getting married. A lot of people who travel internationally choose to get married at home on paper and have their celebration abroad. Those of you who live in the United States, you will look at the state that you're getting married in's rules, and you will follow those states' rules and make sure that whatever vendors, officiants that you have involved have helped you, make sure to stay within the boundaries of that state's law. And you need to show up with your application that you and your fiance filled out together, and they will take care of the rest. Thanks for joining us today. I hope to see you next time.